Hi, friends. It's your pal Scott Garibay, and today we're going to talk about American politics. We're going to talk about Legia Miller, a brilliant American political commentator right here on YouTube. And she just brought up a great subject, which I want to discuss in more depth and talk about the ramifications of what she's talking about. So, Legia Miller, brilliant commentator. What do I like about her? She's extremely aggressive. She's quick, and what I mean by that, she is very smart. But I don't mean that by quick. I mean the pace of her commentary is swift, which I love. I can't get enough of that. I think that's really cool and appropriate and excellent. I just love it. And then so she's really on point. Oh, and she's non-repetitive. She doesn't repeat herself, and she doesn't repeat others. I can't like that. Seems like it should be simple. You know, you should move at a quick pace on your commentary, be aggressive, uh, um, don't repeat yourself, right? And be transparent. Like that seems like it should be, just like that. That seems like it should be like a low bar, but it's a high bar today. Like not a lot of commentators really meet that standard, and I'm very impressed with her. And I just love what she's doing, and I love how she's throwing it down. It's very impressive. I like it. All right, so we have all that, right? And then at that point, so all that's going down there, right? And so she is on heavy rotation. I'm listening to a lot of what she's doing, right? Within my information diet. So she's going about her business, and she's just talking about Trump. She really dislikes Trump passionately, right? Just really doesn't like him, right? And doesn't like how he governs, doesn't like him personally, and like it's a lot, right? Like it's a lot. But she's coming along, and she's like, and when he finally kicks the bucket, and I was like, whoa, wait, what? What now? Right? And so I was like, wait, did Legia Miller just talk about the death of a U.S. president? And the answer is yes, she did. Right now, from what perspective? Because this is really important to clarify. So right now, I'm watching a show called Death by Lightning. It's created by the guys who made Game of Thrones, and it's about Charles Guiteau, who assassinated President James A. Garfield in the late 1800s. Right? He took over for Ulysses S. Grant. He replaced Ulysses S. Grant as president, and Charles Guiteau assassinated him. Legia Miller is not talking about the assassination of a U.S. president. She's talking about when he dies, right, from old age, right? Well, wait, is that appropriate? Is it appropriate for Legia Miller to be discussing the death of a president by old age? Absolutely yes. Without unmitigatedly, unapologetically, we absolutely should be discussing the death of U.S. presidents by old age. Why? Because both candidates are electing 80-year, not a joke, both Democrats and Republicans are like, you know what America deserves? 80-year-old presidents. Okay, that's fair. The Democrats and the Republicans both get to put men up who are 15 years past retirement for the hardest job in the world. Okay, that's absolutely their right. Okay, but as American citizens, we need to start discussing frequently, openly, the deaths of U.S. presidents by old age. Well, why, Scott? Why is that necessary? Because we actually read history, right? What history would apply to this? Bernie Sanders. He had a heart attack just running for U.S. president. Well, was his heart attack related to his work to win the presidency? Absolutely yes. He said it flat out. He said the loud part, he said the quiet part loud, right? He's like, I was running for U.S. president. I wasn't watching my health. There was outrageous amounts of pressure, and I had a heart attack, right? Now, get this. Running for president isn't nearly as hard as being president, right? So this is Donald Trump, right? This guy was a real estate mogul in New York City for like 40 years, right? You know what kind of habits they get, right? President Donald Trump should not be buying green bananas, right? If he dies tomorrow, I will be sad, but not surprised. He's 80 years old, right? If Biden had died any day during his term, I would have been sad but not surprised, right? It is absolutely appropriate. It is absolutely expected. It is absolutely likely that a man at 80 years old will die as president. And since that is a likelihood, right? Because we've already seen even pursuing this job can cause your heart to seize, right? That it is 100% appropriate to begin to have these discussions. You're like, well, wait. Is this really appropriate? Not only is it appropriate, but it is absolutely necessary at this point. Why? Because of what the Democrats did. The Democrats assured us that discussion of President Biden's mental facilities was completely inappropriate and not necessary. We now know that was 4 years of gaslighting. It was absolutely necessary, and there should be a constant, robust, healthy discussion of the impending death of U.S. presidents. Right now. Now, wait. So we're always going to be discussing the deaths of U.S. presidents? No, absolutely not. Right? How do we fix this? I don't want to have it. I don't want to have a constant, robust, healthy discussion of the impending death of the U.S. president, right? By old age. I'd rather not have that. So how do we do that? Well, from now on, we only elect people who are 55 or younger. This is the hardest job in the world. Let's stop pretending that people who should be sitting on a porch drinking sweet tea, right, on a rocker with a shawl over their legs are appropriate picks for the hardest job in the world. This job kills people, right? And you're like, oh, wait, are you sure of that? Did you have your eyeballs open with President Obama? You could see him gray, like it was in real time. It aged him like watching sand break down a stone, right? This is ludicrous. This job is outrageously difficult. It is literally king of the world, okay? Queen of the world when women can win, right? But right now, this is no longer appropriate. We need to get to a point where we can have these discussions. It is not only appropriate to discuss the impending death of a U.S. president by old age, it is necessary. Legia Miller is 100% correct to have this conversation, right? It absolutely is needed, and we don't get fooled again, right? Like the great song says, right? We absolutely need to be having an open, transparent conversation about 80-year-old presidents dying of old age in office, because it could absolutely happen, and every citizen should have a plan for it. You should know what you are going to do, what your family is going to do, what your community is going to do when the president dies. This is not wise, but we are choosing it, right? And we can and it is absolutely appropriate. It is absolutely appropriate for us to choose the risks. We have chosen this risk. We just need to be prepared for it, and preparing for it requires discussion. Every single word you just heard in this video is my humble opinion. Nothing more, nothing less. The important part is when I get to hear your humble opinion, when you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider like and subscribing, and have a fetch millennium.